Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sam, and today I'm going to be talking about my new hobbies and how they have been impacting my life in such a positive way, and how they've helped me really get closer to myself. And then I'm going to go through all my hobbies that I've been obsessed with. Um, Mind you, this is coming from someone who used to actually not really have hobbies. If I did, I didn't engage with them. I didn't really I didn't keep up with them. Like, I had these things I liked, but I never really locked in with those hobbies. And so I'm kind of just going to talk about, first of all, what hobbies I've been into and suggestions for other girls like me. And yeah, I just kind of want to talk about what I've been up to, why it's been so helpful and amazing for me, and why hobbies are really fucking important, okay? I went a really long time. When people would ask me hobbies, I'd be like, shopping, I don't know, hanging out with my friends. Like, I didn't have things that were specific to me. I didn't have things that were my niche little interests that I was consistently engaging with. I didn't have that. And that's not good. That's not good. So I kind of just want to go over my list of things that have been really, really, really helpful and good and amazing in my life that I've been keeping up with, and that make me happy. And everyone's is going to be different, everyone's hobbies, but not having hobbies is just not it, okay? Get a hobby, okay? Get a fucking hobby. So, I'm gonna go through my list here. Okay. So, lately I have been on a really active kick, which is really rare for me and really new. I'm not so much of an active person, but I feel better when I move my body. And I've noticed this. So about 2 months ago, I started going to the gym. About like the beginning of this year, I'll say. And it was really nerve-wracking at first. I was like, how do I do anything? So I went to a personal trainer for a couple sessions, and that was really helpful. But just moving my body, I feel so in control, and I feel so, I don't know how to explain it, powerful in a way that I didn't have before. And I'm not like a gym rat. I don't go all the time. I still go maybe twice a week if I'm lucky. If I have the time even, because I'm also in school, so it's like not really possible for me to be going every day. That'd be great, but like I can't do that. That's not possible with my lifestyle. So that's been amazing. I've been introduced to the wonderful world of Pilates. And I really like Pilates. It hurts so bad, but it's so good. And it makes me feel strong. It makes me feel like genuinely strong. And I think moving my body it's such a simple thing, movement, right? But it's been so good for me. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought that actually moving your fucking body and not doing anything all day would be better? Like, who thought that movement is this amazing thing? So yeah, I've really been into that. Yoga too. Yoga is so incredible. It helps me get out of my mind and into my body and into movement and into feeling in touch with my body. I have panic disorder. A lot of the time, I feel like I don't have control over what my body reacts like. And so this is kind of what I've been needing all along, is to get into these things that help me get into my body and out of my brain and into my body. There's such a weird connection there that I think that we often forget that if you're just in your head so much, like, your body takes that on too. And just being able to just get out there and move around and do things, it gets some of that anxious energy out. Like, seriously, that's exactly how it works. And I'm so mad that everybody was right when they say, oh, exercise, helps mental health. Like, it's true. It's genuinely true. I would have never thought. I've been taking dance classes. I love it. When I was a little kid, for as long as I could remember, I've danced. And I took a couple classes, I took a couple things, but I was always intimidated by dancing. And come to learn, it's one of my favorite things. Dancing is one of my favorite things. Like, I always am like, why did I like going out so much? Because I'm dancing at the clubs, like, that's what I love, is dancing. I love dancing. It's one of my favorite forms of like expression. It so is. And I've come to learn that it's really just like, it's amazing. And one of my goals this year is to get better at it, to stay consistent and try to just put myself out there. What do I have to lose, you know? And so, yeah, I regret not doing it more growing up, or not taking more classes, or my family not pushing me, because it was something I've always really truly loved. But that's okay. I'm giving myself now, my 24-year-old self, what, 14-year-old Sam's dream was. To live in LA and to dance and to go to Pilates and to go have fun and be free and move around. So I always try to think of it like the hobbies that you will enjoy the most are things that you loved as a child that you maybe didn't do enough, or the things that you didn't really, really, explore, but you always loved. So yeah, I'm gonna really commit to dancing this year and to just try to get better, to just do it for myself, to have fun. Also, just first and foremost, to have fun with it. It doesn't have to be this big thing and it's like, I'm not good enough, when sometimes you get into things and then you get worried that you're not good enough, or that, but it's like, as long as you're having a good time, who cares? Who cares? So those have been like the active things I've been doing that have been really helpful for my mental health. Honestly, I'm in such a place where I'm just, I got ClassPass, and I've, signed up for a bunch of classes, and I'm like, this is so much fun. Just putting yourself out there and trying something new. Who would have thought that is literally the key, is just, trying new things, trying new classes that you've never done before. Who knows what you're going to be really good at, or what you're really going to enjoy. So, yeah. So first is movement. There is a saying that you need a hobby to first make money, second for physical fitness, one for creativity, one for building knowledge, and one for evolving your mindset. So that's an amazing way to look at finding hobbies if you need help trying to find something that you really like, because it's hard not really knowing, what do I really like, what hobbies should I try to explore, So those are the physical things that have been really helpful for me and really good. And it doesn't even have to be, yoga's very calm and very present. You're not doing a whole lot of stuff, Even going on walks is a form of a hobby. You like to go on walks. You like to go on nature walks, listen to your podcast, your music, walk around. As long as you're moving your body, you will feel better. 100% they're right about that. They weren't lying when they said that, okay? So, that. Another thing, when I was younger, for as long as I could remember, I've wanted to be either on YouTube or making content. I remember being 8 years old, and I would make little videos with my I used to have Littlest Pet Shops. I used to have little toys, American Girl dolls, and I've always been attracted to the idea of making videos and editing videos and producing things, And it's so funny because I look back and I'm like, why did I ignore that? I really love to do that. And then, I got older and I started I would make what's in my bag videos. I would make my perfume collection videos. I would make collection videos of different beauty items I had, or I'd be my routine for the shower, whatever. I would just make random stuff. And a lot of me now regrets not sticking with just doing those fun hobbies, making videos for YouTube. But that's when I owe it to myself now to actually try those things, and to see what I can get from it. Even if it's nothing, even if I don't get anything, even if I'm just having fun doing it, it's a hobby, it's a fun thing. Do it, have fun with it. So, I've been really into trying to make TikTok content here and there. Even if it's a haul video, even if it's a stupid little video, I don't care. I'm still gonna do it, I'm still gonna upload it, and I'm gonna have fun, okay? And I really don't care what people have to say about it either, because it's not your life. I'm having fun and I'm doing what I want. Even if I don't blow up on TikTok and get a whole following, I'm having a good time, and it's something that I enjoy doing. So, honor yourself in knowing what you enjoy. Honor yourself. Stop putting it on the back burner. Oh, that's a dumb hobby. I used to tell myself, what a dumb hobby, video making. Look how many people are on YouTube that are successful and do amazing. And TikTok now is a thing, and how many people have money they make out of that? Like, it's not a dumb hobby, okay? It's not a dumb hobby. So, that's been something I've always been drawn to, and that's another goal of mine this year, is to stick with that and to really honor myself and do that and have fun with it. So, I always try to think of things that little me would enjoy doing and bring it into my life now, and I'm like, I still like those things. I still enjoy those things a lot. You know? I've always been a really creative soul as well, and I think that's why I had a really hard time trying to figure out college and school and all the logical things about school, because I was such just a free bird and so creative, and that was my path all along, was to be this creative person, and I ignored it. I was like, I don't, like, I wanted so bad to do what everyone else was doing. In a way I am, because I'm still going to school, but I'm still pursuing these creative passions on the side, and I'm going to for myself, because I'm a creative person, and that's a true meaning of it. Like, and I don't want to call myself an artist, but I'm like, I should, because I make art, and when you create things, you're an artist. I've created some beautiful art. I really have. I used to make jewelry. I used to do collage boards, like vision type of collage-y, scrapbook boards. I used to do I paint. I love to paint. And it's like, you think of these hobbies and people make careers out of their hobbies, you know, and they do things they really truly love. So your hobby is never stupid or dumb. I'm telling myself that, because I for so long believed that all these things I enjoyed were just like dumb, and they're not. They're actually amazing, and the more you pursue them, the happier you're gonna be. So that's how I feel. I've always been in love with music and art and film and creative things, and this year, I think, for me, is about leaning into those things, really, truly, because it makes me happy, and you need to lean into things that make you happy and make you feel free, and so that's just kind of how I feel. So, yeah, creative hobbies. Let's go through a list of those. I love painting. I have always loved painting. I was in like a ASB type of class in high school, and I would paint these big murals and sketch. I would draw and sketch, and then I would paint, and I was pretty good. I was pretty good, and I think I discredited my work a lot, but I had talent there. And it's so calming for me to paint. I have so much art supplies. I have, like, there's nothing stopping you from making one art piece a week. And I have a really busy schedule now. I work and I go to school and I have all these things, you know, but what's stopping you from being creative and making art, you know, like, what is, you know? And so I had to look at myself, like, what is stopping me? Why am I so reluctant to just lean into my creativity? I don't know. There's something about it. And being creative makes me feel so, like, connected to myself, and it makes me feel so fulfilled, and makes me feel so free. And when things make you feel free, you need to pursue them. Like, this, I'm in a flow state here, because it's true. I love making vision boards. I have a bunch of, like, collage boards on my wall that I've made with Mod Podge and photos from, like, Pinterest. They're just beautiful boards to look at, and a lot of the things manifested in my real life anyways. So that's a really fun, easy one if you need something random and creative, you know, or even, like, magazines. I have these magazines right here that I cut things out of, and I have all the cutouts, but I need to put them on, like, a paper, just Mod Podge them on there, just start creating, just start putting shit on paper. It's so much fun. Yeah. I also really like making playlists. Making playlists is so much fun, and kind of curating different types of vibes, and, you know, just, like, creating different types of energies here, and then this type of energy, and then, you know, it's a lot of fun. That could also be a hobby, is just making playlists. It doesn't have to be making physical art. It could be making, like, a form of, like, digital art, I guess, in a sense. I love journaling. I love writing. It's really amazing thing. It helps me process a lot of things. Everyone needs to journal. I will die on that hill. Everyone needs a damn journal, and you need to use it at least 2 times a week. Start writing stuff about your life. Get it all out on paper. Get it out of your body and into paper. Yeah. So that's another one. Yeah, I love making vision boards. I love painting, drawing. Just do something creative, and you will feel so good. You will be like, oh my god, I feel like I have so much capability, I guess, to create things. And it's, if humans were made to create, that's the thing that I tell myself is, like, everything is creation on Earth, and the more that we lean into creation, it's just such a beautiful thing. So, create more. Create, make it into art. If something is bothering you in your life, make it into art. If something's making you happy in your life, make it into art. Whatever it is, there's so many different forms too. That's the thing, is you could really go so many routes with that. But yeah, find a creative hobby. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, what else do I have? Journaling, vision boards. I'm a very spiritual person as well. So a couple of spiritual little hobbies I really like. Shadow work, I've been kind of into that, which is kind of like finding your shadow self and kind of answering these deeper questions about yourself, which is really, you can do it through journaling. But you should look it up and kind of look into that. It's really interesting, and it helps you have a good understanding of yourself. So I feel like that one could kind of go under, evolving your mindset, or like evolving yourself in a general, like, it's been really, it's a lot of like looking at your inner child and like, what are your fears, what are your hopes and dreams, whatever, all that shit. Yeah, I love thrifting, I love going antique shopping, I love, I found all these, on my wall I have a bunch of like vintage photo frames, and I like collected those all. I put my own photos in there. I kind of decorated my room all like artsy and cute, and it's my dream room. But I found those at thrift stores and, flea markets and all that. And I love doing that stuff. That's one of my favorite hobbies, is like flea markets, thrifting, like finding old eclectic things. It's like something about it is so calming and so amazing to me. And it's just so much better than going and buying like new, I mean, of course I buy new clothes and I buy like new dressers and all that, but I just love the look of vintagey, antique-y type of things. So I've discovered I really like that in the past couple of years. So thrifting, antiquing, collecting. I'm such a collector. I collect everything. I have so many collections of things, and I like trinkets. I'm a trinket girl. I got trinkets left and right. I mean, so many. I make little things in my room, like altars, and maybe, I don't call myself a witch, but like, I'm very like a astrology girl, like witchy, crystal-y girl at my core. And so I'll make little corners in my room dedicated to different things. Like, okay, this is my beauty corner, and I'm gonna put my carnelian here, and I'm gonna put my seashells, and I'm gonna put, it doesn't have to be like a physical altar with like candles and everything. It just could be like little like intentional spaces that you create in your room to make it feel intentional. And so I always like to do this. My room's a little smaller than my old room, but I make little corners for certain things. Right here I have a corner, it's like, my whole room is very feminine, and I try to have a very feminine space because it helps me like get into my like divine feminine energy, whatever that is. But make like little corners of your room, like little sections, and just kind of decorate. Decorating's fun. Decorating's so much fun. And if you haven't decorated your room like to your soul, you need to do that. That's my number one advice, is decorate your room in the way that reflects your soul. It's such a cool thing when you live in a space that feels like a perfect reflection of you. So, and that's what this room is. I manifested having this exact room that's so creative and feminine and free, and there's just so much girly energy and light and love, and I love it. So, decorating is really fun. I like tarot. I really like tarot. And not everyone believes in these spiritual things, of course, and tarot doesn't have to be like a whole divination thing. To me it is, but it also could just be a way of looking at situations differently. So for me, learning tarot, or still on the path to learning tarot, has been really fun. It helps me get, and it's not like so much like a future prediction type of thing, it's more like looking at situations type of thing. I'll pull cards like for a daily spread, or I'll pull cards for like a certain situation. What should I do? What information should I know from the universe? Whatever it is. I love tarot. I have like a couple decks. I just got an oracle deck today. Helps me get in touch with my spiritual side. And not everyone, is spiritual, or in that sense, and whatever that is for you. If you're a Christian, that means going to church, getting in touch with your spirituality, whatever that means for you. It's amazing. I lost my spirituality for a good couple years, and being back with it has been so beneficial and grounding, and I don't even know how to explain it. It's been beautiful. So I recommend getting in touch with that, whatever that means for you, whatever that could possibly mean for you. Do it. Do that thing, whatever it is you need to do. Find friends that are like you, or follow the same practices, whatever that means, whatever is for you, and you'll know what's for you. So that's my take there. I do a lot of video journaling, and as well as regular journaling, but making videos, speaking for me is so much part of my purpose, and I've come to realize that is like, hence why my major is communications. I am a communicator. I do well through speaking, through interacting, through, this. So I love to like video journal as well, because sometimes I write very sloppy and it's kind of a mess, but I think paper is very important to write on, as far as journaling goes. Yeah. I also love cleaning. I know not everyone loves cleaning, but for me it makes me feel productive. It makes me feel in charge. It makes me feel like when a space is clear, your mind is more clear. And when it's clean, your mind doesn't get all dirty and messy too. I just think that spaces reflect your mind, if that makes any sense. So I try to keep it as, I'm a little cluttery, yeah, but I'm not dirty. I got a lot of things, but I try to keep things clean and orderly as I can, because it makes me feel in control, and sometimes I don't feel in control. So if I could make my outer surroundings feel in control, I'm gonna feel better. So that's kind of how I feel about it. And I know not everyone loves cleaning. I used to not even like it. I used to honestly hate cleaning. My mom was such an OCD clean freak growing up that it eventually caught on to me. And I started to realize she's right. It's so much fun to clean. It's so much fun to have a nice, beautiful space to come home to at the end of your day. To have a made bed that you come, at the end of your day, you could sleep on, that you don't have to like look at your dirty ass bed, You come home and you see that your dresser isn't full of shit and old cups, your car isn't full of old Taco Bell bags, and like, it's not fun to live that way. And I understand there's things and that go into it, of course, but trying to be more clean, more orderly with my surroundings has been really helpful. So maybe that'll help someone. I know it's hard. It's really hard, especially when you have a busy lifestyle, to try to be clean all the time. And I'm a person that also I'm always changing my clothes, throwing clothes everywhere, and shit's always all over my room. So I'm not one to speak, but like, I try to, throughout the week, every day I try to clean. I try to make things orderly. And it's not like sometimes I'll do like a deep clean, but it makes me feel so calm when I make everything clean and orderly, and I'm just like, oh, I love a clean room. I feel so in control, and yeah, it's such an amazing thing. Once you get onto the kick of cleaning, your life will be changed, because you'll be like, wow, why was I not doing this before? Why was I not going and deep cleaning my bathroom before and like organizing my things? I love organizing. It's so much fun. I need to organize this nightstand. I need to organize my bathroom, like the underneath area. Yeah. Organizing is so much fun. Whoever gets it, you get it. You know what I mean. You're just like me if you get it. Yeah, so I think that's everything. I want to get into reading, but I have really bad ADHD, so I don't know if that's going to happen for me. Maybe audiobooks, because I like podcasts. I love podcasts. I've really been on a podcast kick. There's a couple people I really am obsessed with right now, and I might make a video about my media that I'm obsessed with lately. So if anyone wants to hear that, please let me know, please. But yeah, reading is hard for me just because I don't have an attention span. And I'm not on any sort of ADHD medication. So it's a little bit rough for me to try to read a book, I'll be honest. I have a hard time reading. And I know it sounds so like dumb, but when you're like me and it's that bad, it's genuinely really hard to read a book. But I'm trying to focus on getting my attention span a little bit better this year too. That's another thing I really would love to get. Get off the damn phone. It is the damn phone that's the problem. Notice how nothing should have to, no hobby should have to do with being on your phone. Like, the content creating, yeah, and like, you know, the editing, whatever. Get off that damn phone and go do a hobby. Go have fun with a hobby. You will feel so good. And there's so many things, so also just try new things, because you never know what you're gonna enjoy. So it's like, if someone invites you, like, my roommate wants to do salsa classes, and one of my group members in my group at school, she does salsa classes, and so she's doing a free one this week. So I'm about to go on Friday. Who knows, maybe I'll really love salsa. And if I don't, it's fun, at least you tried it, you know? So it's like, go out and try to do new hobbies. Even if you're bad, even if you hate it, go out, have fun, try to do it, see where it goes. Maybe you'll even meet the right people doing your hobbies. That's also what I tell myself, is like, the more I put myself into things I want to try, the more I feel like I'll connect with people that I need to connect with. So that's another thing that's really important. So yeah, my advice is to go find some hobbies if you don't have any. I was lost for a really long time, and I didn't know what I enjoyed doing. I didn't have hobbies when anyone asked me. I would be like, I did like painting, but that was like it. I was like painting, shopping, hanging with my family, going to the beach. And those are hobbies, yeah, but I was like, I didn't have niche things that I enjoyed. So my recommendation is to find these little niche fun things that are creative, physical, make you money, make your brain bigger, help evolve you, you know. So that's my take. And I hope that you took something from this video. I hope that maybe you will go try one of these hobbies. Oh, another thing is solo dates. I love going on solo dates. Try this. Try going on a solo date. See if you could have fun with it. Do it. I love it. I like being alone sometimes. So try that too. But yeah, go try some things. I hope you learned something from me. And I would be really grateful if you subscribed or you liked this or whatever it is. Even if you just engaged and watched it, I'm appreciative and I'm happy. I'm just having fun here on YouTube, and I'm just putting stuff into the world that comes from my little brain and that I want to share. So I'm just having fun with it too, okay? Just like the rest of us. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!